Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. Today I have another yo-yo review for you. This one's from Zero Gravity Return Tops. This is their latest yo-yo. This is the Durendal. So let's get into the Durendal from Zero Gravity Return Tops. So if you don't know anything about the Durendal sword, also known as the Sword of Roland, I encourage you to check that out. Do a quick little Google search on maybe the four holy swords. That includes like Excalibur. Now, I don't know, I'm trying to remember, man, the Excalibur definitely sounds familiar as far as a name of a yo-yo in the past. So I'm not sure if they would be able to do a series of like the four swords, but Durendal. So that said, let's take a look at the little engraving, the little marking on the center. We have it only on the one side here, but right in the center, if you can see there, it's gonna be kind of maybe a little hard to focus, but there we go. It has a sword and a shield and sort of this crest that they did on the one side. It's very, very small, so I'll just kind of describe it. But on the one side, you have the Zero Gravity Return Tops logo itself, and it says Durendal underneath. It has a little shield, and it's got the little sword in the middle. So anyways, it's one of the swords of power, or one of the holy swords, rather. So that's the name of it. You know, I'm not sure how much like the naming and all that went into the design, but this is a bimetal yo-yo, as you can tell here. These are gold plated, not gold plated, but gold anodized. So stainless steel and aluminum body and all that. I'll have the full, obviously, as I always do, I'll have in the description the full specs and all that. But it's a V-shaped yo-yo, very much performance-focused shape right from the get-go, right? You can take a look and you're like, wow, okay, it's bimetal, it's V-shaped. Obviously, they designed this yo-yo to perform, and so that's what we have here. But let's take a look at the gap here, because it's a little bit different. It is a V-shape, right? But it has that ever so slight kind of like, it's a step, I guess, but not like angled in necessarily, like it doesn't curve. It's an actual deliberate like step. So that's kind of interesting. It'll be really interesting to see, like, let's actually throw a string on there and see kind of like how that pulls away from there as far as like string drag and all that. So I think that will really probably aid for, you know, going off the plane for things like that. So it just pulls, it's ever so slight, right? Because if that wasn't there, okay, sorry, let me get it focused here. All right, so it does pull ever so slightly. It's maybe hard to tell here, but that does kind of bring it away from the gap a little bit. So it is intentional. It's not just for looks. So that's going to help pull that string drag away from there, able to keep it on plane for more like horizontal type play. So that's going to be really beneficial for those kind of performance type tricks. You know, as far as Zero Gravity, they've been really kind of pushing it. And I feel like even like the production level of their packaging and all that's kind of just, it's been just getting ever so better. And I feel like every release they've been building really smartly on top of that. I'm really liking where they're going as a company. It seems to be that all their work that they're putting out is very consistent, which is great. But really more importantly, I feel like they keep seeming to kind of raise their own bar, right? And so here we have the Durendal, perhaps maybe one of the most competitive performance-focused yo-yos to date. But let's go and actually play it and see if that might actually be true. All right, let's go. Okay, welcome back to the On the String section with the Durendal, which is kind of a fun word. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. I believe it has its origins in French, so I think that's close enough. Like I said, in the hand, it's very performance focused. I mean, the shape, the bimetal, everything going for it. Now, as far as like the play on the string, it has a lighter feel, which I prefer, honestly, whenever it comes to bimetal yo-yos. So with that bimetal design, you can really kind of be smart with the design and the machining, where the body itself, being aluminum and less dense than stainless steel, can be lighter and really make sure that the rim weight is pushed there deliberately with those more stainless steel rings, which are more dense. So Yeah, I think they've done that really well here. There's quite a bit of metal there on the rims as far as the bimetal, and so it is a very stable yo-yo. It's going to push, you know, it's really going to be able to keep on that plane really, really well. Let's go ahead and actually play some horizontal and other things like that, just to kind of try. I mean, again, I'm probably not the best person for this. I'd like to see this in maybe somebody who's really kind of able to push it as far as speed and that kind of stuff, because I can really see this yo-yo being really beneficial for somebody who wants to kind of perfect that speed combo, or that Godspeed, or whatever we're calling it now, but also really good for horizontal play. So again, somebody maybe that's a little bit more performance player than myself, okay, because I understand that. But I think I can still speak to that, because you know, when you pick up a yo-yo, even though you're like, okay, I know I can't perform these tricks maybe as this person does, you know that that yo-yo's capable of that. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here. So if you see a reviewer out there that's reviewing this one, pay attention to maybe some of the tricks that maybe they perform that I don't, and see if you can compare those, okay? But here we go. Oh my gosh, yeah, really, like, I mean, I'm just doing something simple like a banana turnover, right? And it's just, it's very easy to keep that plane. I feel like no problem at all. That little step, it really does aid in that. Like, it just pulls it ever so slightly away from there. And so, and of course the V-shape and the bimetal, it's just, all of those are aiding in somebody who's really gonna be able to push this yo-yo for horizontal play. It's gonna be stellar for that. Now, as far as the finger spin like space there, I didn't talk about this in the hand. It's not really like ideal. It's going to be able to finger spin, but it kind of domes over ever so slightly. It's mostly flat, but there's an ever so slight of a curve there on the hub there. But let's go ahead and pop it up and see how it maybe does for finger spins. Now, I tilted that a little bit as I pulled it up, so it wasn't the best pull up, but I think you'll be able to perform with this okay. But I don't think this is going to be the yo-yo you gravitate to for that. Again, it does okay, but it's not going to pull off maybe super long finger spins, because it's not like, I wouldn't say finger spin ready, or it has that sort of like dimple or anything like that that's perfect for finger spins. It's going to be able to do it, but not perfect, okay? It doesn't have an IRG, so if you wanted to kind of do something like that, you'd probably have to tilt it. But as far as like, the grind finish is really good, and it's really stable for that, so that you can really tell the stability for that as well. Overall, like I said, it plays a little bit lighter, so I really do like the more nimble feeling on the string, and it just, yeah, it kind of gives more of like a poppy sort of bouncy kind of, not super light, you know, it's definitely not the lightest bimetal I've played, but it definitely has a more bouncy sort of feel on the string, okay? So, you know, you put a fresh string on there like I have right now with my Prestige, has a little bit more bounce right now. It kind of just, it's really nice. And it just feels like it's just kind of popping through those little tricks, right? Those elements and combos. So I really like this one. I think, again, I mean, be interesting to compare them, right? I'm not really going to do that in this video, but I would say this is high up there in Zero Gravity Return Top's catalog as far as performance right now. They have yo-yos kind of all over the place right now. They have yo-yos that are kind of in between. They're a little bit more laid back. They're a little bit more everyday carry kind of. Then you have some more kind of just pocket yo-yos, like even slimline yo-yos, some really kind of a little bit more gimmicky, but just fun, right? That's okay. And then we have more yo-yos like this that just performance focus. And so I think that's what they did. You know, the Durendal, as far as the Sword of Legend, I think it's supposed to be one of the most powerful ones, right? And so that's a fitting name, perhaps, for the Durendal. So that's going to do it for my review of that. So definitely check out Zero Gravity. If you've not checked them out, they've been putting out some really great designs lately, and really since day one. But again, as I said in the hand, it seems like they keep improving on their own success. And that's great to see a company do. So definitely check them out. I'll have a link in the description to where you can see them and where you can purchase this yo-yo itself when it comes out. Stay tuned for the next review from Zero Gravity Return Tops. It's going to be something different, not directly, but indirectly a yo-yo. All right, that's going to do for now. And until the next one, later.